Hi, it's Coach Joe Lukacs, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go get that claimed, smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. Hi, welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. And we are going to continue our conversation in this episode, what we started last week, which is our optimization kind of quasi masterclass. Last episode, I laid down the principles, the why, what we need to do. So if you didn't watch or listen to it, you may want to go back, and that way this will all make sense to you. But as we talked last episode, there are 4 domains, right? Self, team, client, branding, marketing, and business development. So in this episode, let's talk about how to optimize ourselves. Because it all starts, like I said, we are the heartbeat of our business. And again, whether you're a solopreneur, ensemble, or you run an empire, multi-billion dollars, multiple advisors, multiple offices, at the end of the day, you are the heartbeat. So let's talk about how do we make you a better version of you, right? What does that look like? Now, the reality is that this is like a multi-hour process. Like one of the core things I do with my clients is I help them transform themselves into the best version of themselves. But since we're only going to do this about 12, 15 minutes today, let's kind of hit some of the highlights. So if you're going to look at yourself and say, okay, how do I get better at what I do? So what is the we here? What is the me? So bottom line is this: what you think, right? So mindset. What you do, your habits, right? / behaviors, and what you focus on. So like Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy goes, right? So again, my mindset, my habits and behaviors, what I focus on, right? So let's just kind of look at that as kind of 3 buckets, okay? Now, how do we get better at mindset? How do we get better at rituals and behaviors? How do we get better focused? So I'm going to give you a basically like a list here. Okay, and like I said, this is a multi-hour masterclass that I do, but I'm going to give it to you because this will make you better, right? This will now get you moving towards optimization for yourself. You optimize, you're a better leader, better advisor, better business owner, better human being. Okay, now these are in no particular order. First thing we want to take a look at is your morning. How do you start your morning? So we have inside of Magellan Network, we have a 8-step protocol. We call it the Magellan Morning 8. I'm not going to break down the 8 because, again, for time. But we have something that we know works for advisors. And it starts your day right. So you're either starting your day kind of doing what we do, setting yourself up to be successful, or you're starting your day, news, email, all the things that are just going to put you in a foul mood, distract you, and so on. So how do you start your day? Step one, you're starting it one way, you want to optimize, come to our side a little bit more. Yep. Number two, daily game plan. So that is, hey, what are my behaviors for today? What am I going to focus on for today? Right? So if you're showing up, even if you're a leader, again, I don't care what kind of business you run, how are you showing up? Are you going to be reactionary or are you going to be proactive? Are you a passenger or the driver for the day? That matters, right? So how do we optimize that? Inside of every daily game, so I don't care, look at your tasking, call list, return calls, answer emails, meetings, projects, whatever. There's always going to be what we call the Pareto effect or Pareto's law, the law of 80-20. The key thing is look inside your daily game plan and say, where are my Paretos for today? So where am I, of all the return calls I've got to do, which are the 2 or 3 that matter? Like you can look inside of what you've got on your board and say, hey, these are revenue producing. These are going to yield me the highest result. You focus on them first. That's optimization. Okay? Hi, Coach Joe Lucas here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number one, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. Next, mindset. How do we optimize a mindset? How you optimize a mindset is by what you're taking into the mind, right? So it's like to the body, food is, to the brain, information is. Okay, let me repeat that. As the body, food is, to the brain, information is. So if you want to be physically fit, high energies, healthy, vibrant, so on, you're not eating crap. If you want to think a certain way, you're not putting crap in your brain. That is the form of news and information that will not serve you. That's how you start shifting mindset. Vision. There are 2 ways to approach your business: survival or growth, short-term or long-term. So if your vision is, like if you show, unless you're running a team, and your vision is, I just got to survive. These markets sink. I just got, it permeates your organization and clients will feel it. Remember, you know how a dog senses fear? People sense fear in other people or incongruencies. They will feel it subconsciously. So if your vision is scarcity survival, then that is the vibe you put out. You also cannot lead a team if they don't know what the vision is for the team. They think they just have jobs. And we're going to talk about people next week will be about people. But if you're not leading your people, if you're not communicating your vision of what you're looking to create and how you serve, most of them just think they have jobs. People quit jobs. People go get a better job. They're not really stakeholders. That's why vision is so important. Next, energy. 3 domains of energy: physical, mental, and emotional. So again, how are we showing up? So am I showing up and I'm energized and I'm leading and I attract people and stuff like that? Or I'm showing up in my office, my team knows I'm exhausted, I look exhausted, I don't look healthy, and we're just going to try to get through the day. Energy matters because look, to lead, to influence requires energy. Otherwise, you're just going through the motions. So how do you optimize that? How do you optimize energy? Self-care. Nutrition, exercise, proper sleep habits, what you put in your brain, what you put in your body, right? Next, rituals. So how we look at rituals. What are your habits, right? Watching TV is a habit. Calling on prospects is a habit, right? Watching what's going on in the stock market is a habit. Visiting with your people, seeing how you can help them, that's a habit. So habits matter. It's your daily. So this is about, hey, don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do. So you have to lead by example. And I don't want to hear, well, Joe, I pay my people a lot of money. They should just do. That's not leadership, man. That's management. That's not sustainable. Okay. Speaking of leadership, we just did this earlier this year in Vegas, 2 days on leadership, Magellan leadership. I'm not going to get into today But if you're a member of Magellan Network, there's a masterclass there. 2-day masterclass, by the way. Breaks down all the elements of being an effective leader in a space. So here's the bottom line. Most advisors are not, they amateur the leadership game when they need to pro it. Meaning, so how do you solve that? How do you elevate that? How do you optimize that? Let me ask a question. Do you identify yourself as a leader? Do you identify as a leader? The answer is, I don't know. I don't think so. There's your gap. You lead yourself, you lead your people, you lead your team, your team, your clients, your family, friends, colleagues, and people around you, right? You're either a leader or a follower. Declare. Lions and lambs, whatever. I don't care what metaphor you use, right? Work on that. Next. How else do you optimize yourself? Having done strategic planning. The reason why, for this be our 21st year, we go through the energy and effort, time and expense to host a 3-day strategic planning. We call it our Vision Conference. Is all leaders, all business owners need to have a written strategic plan. If you're sitting there telling your clients, oh, you need a financial plan, oh, we need an investment game plan, and yet you're running your business by the seat of your pants, it's incongruent. Let's fix that. Strategic thinking. So how do you optimize? So one of the things I got out of my time in Redondo Beach, like I talked about last week at this meeting, was I came away understanding that I do not do enough time in what I call strategic thinking mode. Thinking about the business, the opportunities, where leverage is, where optimization can happen, so on and so forth. I now, and I've done this for a while, every morning I have 1 hour that I go take a walk early in the morning. And I'm having a meeting with myself. I'm thinking strategic. How many times have any of you just said, you know what, I'm going to take the next 2 hours, I need to think about things. And you go, you don't sit in your desk, that's the worst place, right? You go, I like walking. You can do whatever you want. You can sit in your car, sit at a park, go to Starbucks, sit and get a latte, whatever floats your boat. How much time do you spend thinking about the business? Strategic thinking. Not the to-do list, not the inbox. What is this all about? That's one way you optimize yourself. Last one, investing in yourself. So you are, like I said, you're the heartbeat of the business. You're the core product, the deliverable, the leader, the face. You must be willing to invest in yourself. Now, how we pull it off? I have a very simple rule. 10% of income or 10% of top line, you can play it either way you like, goes into a line item that you must invest in yourself. What does that include? Training programs, coaches, nutritionists, personal trainers, going to conferences, masterminds, all that. The more you invest in yourself, the faster and higher you transform. Okay? So those are just some very simple principles on self to make you a better version of you. Next episode, we're going to talk about the team. How do you optimize the people that are around you? So that'll be our next episode. Again, any questions, reach out to me. Thank you for watching and listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net, and we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game both personally and professionally.